Something is happening, my brothers and sisters. And what is happening is that the United Progressive Party is winning. And we will win the 2014 general elections, my brothers and sisters. I am happy this evening to be in Barnes Hill and to bring greetings from the wonderful constituents in the constituency of St. John's Release, a constituency that we promise you we will bring back to the United Progressive Party in the 2014 general elections. We are also here to lend our full support to the wonderful candidates in Zone 4, those dynamic ladies, Dr. Jackie Quinley Andrew, who did it in 2004 and again in 2009. And from the crowd we're seeing here in Barnes Hill, there is no doubt that she will do it for the third time in 2014. And then we have Sister Shaw Nicholas. What a breath of fresh air to the United Progressive Party. And the woman who is going to take down and win that seat over there in St. Philip's North. And while she is winning over there in St. Philip's North, our brother Cliffin is going to do what a lot of people think is impossible. But with the hand of the Almighty, brother Cliffin is going to bring home that seat for the United Progressive Party. And I know that you all would agree with me that Brother Wilmer Daniel has already won that seat. He has no competition over there in St. Philip South. So my brothers and sisters, we are going to win the elections, but let us not be complacent. Let us not cry victory before the day in question. Let us ensure that we do everything possible to win with the largest margin possible. So it means we got to get out there and do our house to house. We got to touch flesh. We got to preach and convert those who are still uncertain about what this great government has done for the people of this country. And I am satisfied. Once we continue in the trenches, victory is ours in 2014. My brothers and sisters, there are those out there who would wish you to believe that your government is not a legitimate government. There are those who would wish you to believe that once 5 years come from the date of the last elections, and elections are not called, any government sitting is illegitimate. I wish to say to you tonight that that is the biggest fallacy that one could ever say, because the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda is extremely clear and lucid on the point. The Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda says that the 5-year runs from the first sitting of the Parliament after the last general elections. That means the first sitting after the elections of 2009 took place on the 28th of April, 2009. That therefore means that the 5-year term ends on the 28th of April, 2014. Further, my brothers and sisters, what the Constitution of Antigua and Barbuda says is that if the Parliament is not dissolved at the expiration of that 5-year term, the Parliament will automatically dissolve. And the political leader, Prime Minister, will have 90 days within which to hold general elections. It therefore means, my brothers and sisters, that in theory at least, elections could be as late as July of 2014. So I say to all of you, don't be fooled by all of them out there who are saying that the government is not legitimate. They are deliberately misinforming the public of Antigua and Barbuda in an effort to create confusion and chaos in this country. It is absolutely clear in the Constitution, my brothers and sisters. And then we have those who have been critical of your political leader by saying that on Saturday night he should have announced the election date. And it would have been the same people who would have said if the political leader on Saturday night had announced the election, he was grossly irresponsible. I say to you, my brothers and sisters, that your political leader, our political leader, the great man, Dr. Winston Baldwin Spencer, did the best thing on Saturday night. He could not come to the people and announce a date for the elections. It is the Labour Party who has all these things tied up in court. They went to court and challenged the boundaries report. We won. We won the decision. But they went and they appealed. So we are waiting the judgment from the Court of Appeal on that very issue. Then again, it is the Labour Party who has challenged the electoral list using arguments that persons have been disenfranchised. And I am sure all of you would agree that the best thing for this country is a clean and fresh list. Who could be so angry that we have a new list, a clean list, a fresh list? If you are interested in fairness, in justice, you will have no problem with a clean and fresh list. And after 10 years in the political history of any country, it is time to do a voter re-registration. Who could have a problem with that? Only the Antigua Labour Party. So they have challenged that too. And that is also before the Court of Appeal. So we are waiting judgment on that matter from the Court of Appeal. So in light of those issues, how could any political leader, prime minister, who is responsible, stand up and announce general elections unless you want to create chaos and confusion in this country? And then they're so brazen. They say to the people of this country, come out and march. There's something to march about. I say to all of you this evening, total foolishness. Foolishness. But I have also to tell you this evening, I happened to have been in St. John's City early on this evening when that march was going by. And I saw a youngster well dressed out in red gear. And the individual came up to me. It is not someone who is known to me. I've never seen him before. And he came up to me and he said, good evening, Dr. Cort. I said, good evening. I was about to say to the 20-year-old, what are you doing in a march like this? And before I could say that to him, he turned to me and he said, Dr. Cort, don't worry with what you see here now. They will pay me for come out here. I may take the money, but me could never vote for no Labour Party. It's the UPP who put my mother back to work. My mother didn't have a job before 2004. And it is this government that gave her a job. And I could never be ungrateful and vote for the Labour Party. I am here working. a bunch of fools, but I am taking the money. I was so impressed by that youngster and what that youngster had to say to me. And it's not someone that I know, never saw him before. I said to all, if you want to go and take the money, you can take the money. But come election day, you make sure it is UPP all the way. And on that note, my brothers and sisters, I just wish to spend my last few minutes saying to the youth of this country that it is the United Progressive Party government that has looked out for you, that has put programs in place to benefit you as young people in this country. And we have to start from small. And it was this administration that started the first ever government-sponsored preschool in this country. And I am proud that that school is right over there in Rualis at Simon Boulevard. And the government has since opened a number of other preschools in this country. Then we've moved from that and we've put school meals in many primary schools in this country. I believe it was Brother Mervyn Richards who said this evening that to date, 22 of our schools have school meals with a whole set of others to follow, and then ultimately into our secondary schools. It was this administration that brought in the school uniforms. And my brothers and sisters, let us not forget the whole IT revolution that has benefited the young people in this country. All the computers, all the laptops, all the iPads, all the internet connections. It came under this administration, my brothers and sisters. So I say to the young people here this evening, we are about empowerment. It is empowerment through education. It is not a handout, but it's a hand up. And that is why you need to support the United Progressive Party government. I say to the young people here this evening, we have started many programs that seek to put you back to work as young people. You must be aware of the LEAP program, the EACH program, the GATE program, the HEART program, the New Work Experience program. Many programs this administration has initiated to put young people to work in this country. And having said that, I went to the GATE Center this morning for a meeting. And as I was there, Dr. Mansour took me around. And I have to say to you, I was so impressed to see scores of young men and women up there fixing computers, doing all sorts of IT-related matters. Young people being equipped with the technical skills and competencies to be able to go out there and find employment for themselves as self-employed technicians. Persons doing photography and all sorts of other areas of study. I was most impressed, my brothers and sisters. I also say to the young people who are here this evening and those listening on Radio Land, in the own Ministry of Labor, that New Work Experience program is working magnificently. We started out initially with 300 vacancies for young people. All those vacancies have been filled. And the cabinet has said, we're going to raise it from 300 to 500. And we're now well on the way to meeting that 500 quota of young people in this country being employed through the government and placed at about 75 businesses in this country. And it is our expectation that within 6 to 12 months, those businesses will offer full-time employment to all of those young people who are currently working in the respective establishments. So I say to young people of this country, you are in safe hands with the United Progressive Party. We are counting on you to lend your support and your vote to the United Progressive Party. There can be no other party of choice in this country, my brothers and sisters. So we call on you. We say to you, come election day, it has to be the United Progressive Party all the way. UPP all the way. UPP all the way. UPP all the way. Good night, my brothers and sisters.